The Rusty family, two dogs on a mission. Television gold, ain't no intermission. Wild antics, blanks got the crowd all wishing. Life is currency, big fame, the commission. Rusty in the corner, players wild and whack. Tim in the front, comedy never lack. Studio chaos, keep them all on track. Smash hit moments, all stripping from the mat. Tim and Rusty run the show, ain't no stopping. Every episode, side splitting, jaw dropping. Laughs on tap, steady beat, steady knocking. Fame train rolling, never gonna be flopping. Tim spitting jokes like a pro magician's wand. Rusty bringing back up, both tight like a bond. Audience cracking up from dusk until dawn. Comedy duo, yeah, that's the unbreakable bond. Shenanigans break the fourth wall, candid confessions. Each episode a lesson in laughter professions. From pratfalls to epic rants, never second lessons. Tim and Rusty reign supreme, laughter the obsession. In the studio, lights, comedy ignites. From bloopers to bloops, every bit delights. Tickle your funny bone, no matter your plight. Tim and Rusty show, where every moment's a highlight.
You know, I have to say something that I don't say very often. Cooter, I have to admit that, nice shirt, by the way. I have to admit, I actually made a mistake.
Whoa!
I don't make very many, but I did not give you enough credit. We know you're fairly tough. Not as tough as Toby Farley, but fairly tough. Toby Farley. We know that you're somewhat talented. Again, not as talented as Toby Farley. But I truly thought you had more brains than obviously you do. You must have the same intelligent level as the people in Gladeville. Because you are dumb enough to sign a contract that basically guarantees, excuse me, is my promo cutting into your phone time there, fat boy? As I said, basically, you have signed a contract guaranteeing that Toby Farley is going to walk out of here the Southern Heavyweight Champion.
Toby's the man!
In fact, I'm so confident that he is going to kick your ass all over this godforsaken hellhole. We don't want any excuses. We don't want you complaining that someone stole my briefcase and hit you with it. I left it backstage. So, bring your carcass out here so Toby Farley can send you to the hospital or to the morgue. Ladies and gentlemen, this match is for the PWA Southern Heavyweight Championship, and it is the challenger off the rails, Toby freaking Farley, taking on your PWA Southern Heavyweight Champion, the Tennessee Hangman, Larry Cooter.
And folks, we are in for a slobber knocker. Thank you, good old JR, for that term. This is Rush the Ref, November 15th, Gladeville Community Center, Lebanon, Tennessee. You are watching, well, that's what you're watching now is Lucky P. Larson's back. But now this is Toby Farley taking on heavyweight champion Larry Cooter. You have got the match of the bruisers. Two very brutal men when they want to be, and two men that can wrestle when they want to. This is the match. By the way, if you like a hot dog or hamburger, there's it's Leslie with them. Okay, into the ring post goes Toby. So I didn't quite catch it, but I guess this is no holds or no rules. I didn't hear, they might have said, but oh, we hadn't started it yet. That's what it was. There are rules. This is Larry Larry attacked Toby, and Toby retaliated. 2 count already. Anyway, there you go, folks. Chris Norte, the referee. In case you don't know, the man standing up with the black singlet with Cooter written across the stomach is Larry Cooter, the Tennessee Hangman. The man with the black singlet that just got fired up, just got the hair knocked off his chest. Cooter applied some nair there. That is Toby Farley, who just kicked out. Got the green on his tights. Once again, want to see some more of these men, visit their Facebook page, Larry Cooter or Toby Farley. They've got a lot of their matches listed on there. Also, you can see the Pro Wrestling Alliance, their Facebook page, see a lot of these matches. If you're watching this on Rusty's Wrestling page, you can see them there. Also, check out Tim Miner Facebook page or RWF Facebook page. These matches are usually posted on there. Also, join me. I believe we're changing the night. It's posted on Tuesdays. But anyway, join me and Tim and I and Rico for our Tim and Rusty show live stream. We do it weekly. We usually show a match. We discuss wrestling, football, whatever else we want to discuss. October's a lot of haunted house talk. Anyway, into the turnbuckle goes Mr. Cooter. Fist. I want to say you won't see a lot of wrestling in this. You're going to see a lot of physicality, but I don't want to say that because both these men do wrestle. They do use a lot of wrestling moves. So far, they've been sort of a little peeved at each other. Snap suplex. Please, folks, don't hold me to what all the names these hoes are called. In my latter years of my life, sometimes I don't remember, don't get them right. You see what they are, so you call them yourself. Four count, put on the throat. There's Lucky P. Larson with a choke to the belt. Well, I'm not giving him a choke, I might have been a smash in his face with a belt. Lucky likes to put his 2 cents in. His 2 cents are worth a couple of million. So, missing that briefcase tonight. He left it in the back. So Pat Dooley come out. He never comes out and interferes. He always comes out and interferes. The general manager, so he did not come out and make him take it back. He just said he doesn't need it. Nice little Cooter splash there in the corner. 2 count by Chris Norte. Norte, former wrestler himself, a competent referee. I've only said it once now. Please don't quote me. No, he does a good job. Hard to be a referee. I don't know if I've done it a few times. Well, I decided not to because I ended up getting a stinger splash in the corner and legs out on my face. Anyway, that's the last time I did referee. You see, Rogue Rabbit just came through the door over there, cheering on. And go ahead and scroll through my Facebook and see his match. Toby did a little down there, leg drop across the throat. Gonna do another one. Penny, 2 count. You notice how some people come to wrestling just to get up and down and walk back and forth. They never pay any attention to the matches. They don't ever appear to be going anywhere particular. Just getting away. I do. Anyway. But that's part of my undiagnosed ADD. No offense to any of you that are diagnosed. Look straight out that door. You see the human wrecking ball off the crew leaving the building. There's a little fist by. Sorry, in this match, guy. Cougar came back with a kick. You're seeing my attention deficit really going all over the place, and I apologize to you guys. This is. How do you say what your favorite match is tonight? But this is. I could not ask for anything more than these two guys going at it. Been a Cougar fan for a long time. Remember when he was not an old man, but when he was a really young man, not Landon's age, Landon Bradley's age, wrestling in SWA.
I'm going home.
Like his hair's a little bit longer, but he's just as mean, just as good a wrestler. Then Toby Farley, I've come to know and appreciate him more recent years. I follow him on his Facebook page and everything he posts on. Watch all the matches. Once again, you can see some good stuff. Go to his Facebook page and scroll and you find his stuff about his trip to Japan. It's just a who's of wrestling. And Toby's he is not afraid of blood, his or other people's. Helping Larry up. Larry gets a hit to the head, stumbles back into the corner. Toby puts his arm over the ring, and now he's going to do the shoulder into the midsection. Don't take too many of those to knock the breath out of you. I'm already can't breathe, and I didn't even get hit. Clubbing forearm to the back of the head. Up to the top. What are we going to do here? Oh, well, we're going to pound on Larry a little bit. That's thudded too. Oh, we're going to hang him. Hang the hangman. This is not a good place to be. This is where it's been a good time for Larry to have his lucky pea out here. Get him unhooked. Looks like we're probably going to do a run in here. We're cool to get out. This is not a comfortable position. Larry managed to pull up. He can't get unhooked though. Toby is stuck down. He's still got that foot. He's trying to get his foot loose. Now he's got his other foot caught. There we go. We're through. It's he was all tied up in that rope. Crossed that elbow. That was impressive. The whole thing. Once again, this wasn't Landon Bradley or Andy Oswald trying to get that guy there. This is a 230-pound bruiser trying to get out of there. And he did, trying to get untied to that top rope. I know politicians think nobody cares about, but I just really like Larry Cougar's boots. Larry Cougar does have some sort of relationship, I don't know, kinship relationship with Cougar from Dukes of Hazzard. Forearm shiver by Toby, returned by Larry Cougar, and then returned by Toby, and returned by Larry. Forearm smashes, let's put it, rather than shiver. Now we got a fist. Chris Norte said we'll open up that fist. He sent it to Larry. Another one with a little, putting a little stank on it, Superman fight. There it is! Big kick! I'm going to give that a 10. Two count. Wow. You know, looks like Chris Norte was on a break there. He missed the chase to get a 3 count. Toby likes to talk to the fans.
You and the
And he
ball.
don't necessarily talk mean to him or whatever he talks. He ribs them and jabs them. And, it's a fun thing for me to watch him do that. Most of the times the wrestlers are yelling ugly things at them. He doesn't. He talks to them. You'll just have to come here and hear his conversations about it. Be sure and catch live wrestling anywhere, but particularly PWA. Basically every Friday night, and then they're also running in Pulaski through the end of the year anyway, on Sunday nights at 6. Check their Facebook page out and find out more about that. Here we go. I'm sure Kobe's got another name for that move, but that's what I came up with. Folks, I thought that I would have the privilege of sitting here calling a match for Cooter and Farley. I never thought this is my dream. Nice big spine buster. 2 count. Chris Norte has a unique way of counting. He doesn't slam his hand down on the mat like most referees do. But he makes it way up high and comes down very dramatically. So you see how many counts it is. Get up, Larry's telling Toby to get up. I don't know if you can hear him. Get up, Toby. I tell you, I don't know who wins. Duck under. By Toby. 1, 2, throw! Almost a 3, 2.5. I'll give that. That's a good count, Rep. That's 2.5. You got it right. It was not a 3. I'd like to see this match. Whoever wins, or if nobody wins, I'd like to see this again. Anytime. So next Friday night, my understanding PWA, which will be, I'm not sure the date right now. Next Friday night, it'll be. They're going to draw this thing they wrestle. I sure hope you guys get the number. Oh, reversal there. F5 right hand. Hook the leg, but should have hooked the tight. Lucky P up on the stage, on the ring corner rather. Cooter, don't mess with him. It's going to be your demise. It's going to be your demise. So everybody likes to see you get lucky. Toby's got a plastic bag. He's going to suffocate him. You want to talk about brutality? Now he's got it. Looks like a... He's got the bag on his face. It comes automatic. It comes the Dreamweaver. It comes LBK. I don't know what Pat Dooley's coming out here for. He's probably going to outlaw plastic bags. Oh, well, he shouldn't do that anyway. You gotta love Toby. Toby will take on all of them. You don't mind. I give that a 10. I don't believe I have ever I've been watching wrestling since I was 3 or 4 years old, 3 years old. And I'm an old man. I don't believe I've ever seen anybody take anybody out with a plastic bag. There's got to Sorry for the technical difficulties. Please stand by, but or rather listen by. Once again, this is the Tim and Rusty Show. I'll be joined here momentarily by Tim Miner, my colleague, my broadcast partner, and my boss from TMTV Productions. You just saw two of the greatest competitors in independent wrestling, Larry Cooter, Toby Farley, or I could say Toby Farley and Larry Cooter. Can't put one name before the other. They gave you everything they want, and you got to see Lucky P. I always consider it lucky when I got to see Lucky P. Tim doesn't. And so this is the first, Tim Miner. Thank you for getting everything set up. This is the first that I have ever seen. Everybody knows how old I am. If you don't, I'm not telling you. But let's say for 70 years, I've been watching wrestling. I've never seen anybody snuffed out by a Kroger sack.
We started the show right there with no voice, and they say that they like that better out of you. No
Yeah, well, you pervs just like to sit looking at me. Quit that.
For some reason, my little soundboard got unplugged, and I had to do everything just to find the plug.
So are you calling Luke a little soundboard? He got unplugged. Okay, I don't know. Where I was going with that.
And then when I pulled the thing out to go plug it in, I unplugged the camera. So everything just falling apart today for me.
But look how good your background looks. All those nice NFL helmets.
See the 49ers.
Get
Seahawks here.
Oh, what
49ers lost.
what a game.
12 seconds to go.
Geno Smith.
Smith runs it for a touchdown.
I just love these. I'll call him an insult, a retread quarterback. You know, he started as a rookie and got all his glory, and then he was demoted, and then he got lifted back up, and he showed why he is a franchise quarterback. While he is running, he showed why he is running a team for the NFL for the Seahawks, because he took that game on himself, that last play, the last few seconds, and won it against a viable defense. I'm hated for the Seahawks, and particularly for Tim Miner.
Can y'all hear me now?
Tim Miner is going to be on suicide watch for a few days, but because the 49ers lost. I didn't say anything bad about Brock Purdy. Because he had a great play there too. I think is the first half where didn't he run one in or something? Anyway, he had a great play as well. But Geno Smith, the guy that everybody had given up on, thought he'd be a backup for the rest of his life, and here he is.
Talking about being on suicide watch for it doesn't bother me to lose. I've been a loser all my life. I mean, no.
That's the first time you've ever heard Tim Miner say that. He's a winner.
I have been on losing teams before, not in basketball, but mainly in football.
You're not going to talk your way out of that.
I was a loser in football. I played for the Bears and Pee Wee. We didn't win a game.
You are a winner. You had the most fumbles in one game.
That was a freshman team.
That one game was the most fumbles for the whole year.
That was the green and gold game. It didn't even count. It's like Luke bringing up the 49ers losing in preseason to the Titans. That didn't count.
Well, evidently not. Titans hadn't beaten anybody else since. Will Levis has I've really, I think it's time for the Titans to part with him somehow. But he has improved. He's doing it the past two games. He did throw an interception today, but up until that, he had an over 100 quarterback rating. I think it's 107. In the first half, it's 150.
I think the problem, I didn't put my 49er tree up yet. When I put the tree up, they win until it gets to the Super Bowl. Then they lose.
That's a 49ers Christmas tree.
It's going to stand on that table this year. Remember I did the small tree last year over there on that table?
So all these indigenous folk and animals that you have sitting here? Well,
yeah, they're going to have to go somewhere else.
He's got their statues of things like that sitting here.
You can show them if you want to pick one up and show them.
I don't know how well you can see that, but it's things like that. It's really neat looking. That was from your
There's
family tree.
That one's bigger than that too.
Yeah, I didn't know
You
if I
saying
picked
those
that one up.
bears? You saying those bears are from my family tree?
No,
What are you talking? You call my
I'm-
mama a bear?
No, the buffalo.
That's a fur coat she wears. That's not her. That's not a real back
I
hair.
was referring to the buffalo, not the. No, you're from a Indian tribe, American Indian tribe, aren't you?
Yeah, the Slapaho tribe.
I know I'm not supposed to laugh at that, but I always think it's funny. Every time he says
Anyways,
it.
let's go.
Every
Let's
time
talk
it's-
about
and how many
RWF.
times you said 1,000?
We're going to talk about
RWF?
RWF for a second. We were supposed to have a show this past Saturday night, and we have got an issue with the National Guard Armory. It's a clerical problem that they have within their. They can't rent the building to anyone right now.
God help us if they get called up to service.
The
for
person
some
that
sort of war.
signed everything over got deployed. They don't know who's in charge. I don't think they know who's in charge right now.
That's what I'm saying.
We're kind of up in there, but I did get information that we should be good to go for December.
Should be.
If they don't have it good by December, we're gonna have to find us somewhere else because we can't keep not having shows. We're gonna have people retired by the time we have a show. Well, we got one that's going to be retired.
One of our main wrestlers because for the past 6 months, past year, because he retired or will be.
Yeah, he'll be retiring.
That's
Sharp Man. His final match is going to be December the 21st in Ashland City. Is that where it's at?
Yes, against Mikey Dunn.
I will not be able to make it there. I have basketball tournaments to.
At this point, I plan to be there just as a
play music at and announce
as a fan.
I would like to be there.
But now, if Mikey wants to invite me to, take some TMTV on the road stuff, I apologize for some of my camera work that I've been critiqued on.
I critiqued you, so nobody out there is critiquing. I critiqued you.
Well,
just wondering
one way that I look at it is, however it was filmed, you wouldn't have got to see that match tonight had I not done it. So there you go. I loved it. Once again, let's reenact that.
Well,
quick, Luke, go get a Kroger sack, put it on Tim's head, and then wrap your arms.
Well, why
around.
would we have a Kroger sack in a house of Publix here? Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is the house that Publix built.
Okay, get a Walmart sack.
Why would it be?
Well, everybody's got Walmart. Come on. Okay, Publix.
I do have a Walmart. We went to Walmart earlier.
Do you have a Publix sack?
But we don't have a Kroger sack.
I live literally a minute from Kroger, so that's why I shop there. I apologize. Should shop where you work, but I'm sorry.
Anyway, let me go back.
Move the store.
Okay, let me go back to RWF.
So
you didn't let me finish what I was going to say.
Could you put one closer to my house?
There's one close enough to you. But anyway, back to RWF. We were supposed to have a show. We were unable to do that because we are tentatively scheduled to be in action on the 4th Saturday of December, which will be after Christmas. We don't want to do the December 21st because that's Sharp Dressed Man. He's having a retirement. Maybe some people want to go see that. And plus, 21st is going to be hard to draw fans anywhere. It's the weekend before Christmas. Some people are going to be doing Christmas parties already. People may not have money. People already don't have money, but they may have less money than what.
And sometimes they're just kids out of school, people off work. They're already gone to grandma's house that weekend.
So the 28th is after Christmas, and I feel like people will be over Christmas and they'll be looking for something to do.
That is sacrilege. You can never be over Christmas.
I don't know. I'm ready to be when you work in retail.
That's true.
You're ready to be over Christmas before it even gets here.
For 15 years when I worked at Dillard's, that I was with my people, my folks, my friends at Dillard's more than my own family. Matter of fact, that was more of our Christmas celebration is when we got together after work and celebrate a little bit, ate out and whatever.
But our plan is Christmas Carnage is going to be the name of the show. And we may just have to have Carnage show up in a Santa outfit. We'll have to.
I'd say he could wear one. Anyway.
But
that'd be good because I'm missing.
So some of the things on the card that we planned on having in October and November will now change because we got some people that will be out of town.
Can you fix it up if Carnage comes? He needs to bring my grandkids with him.
But we do plan on having the RWF Street Fight, Dewey Barnes against Malachi. That is still planned. Jason Xavier and Landon Bradley for the RWF Junior Heavyweight title. That's still on the card as of right now. Xavier Michaels against Austin Cruz for the United States title. That's still on the card. And Matt Starr versus Sean Hoodrich for the heavyweight title. Back when we were in October when we were going to do the show, it was going to be a trick or treat match where we're going to have bags with either tricks or treats in it. Well, now we're going to have the gag gift match where we will have gift boxes or gift bags, and it'll have either a weapon or something you can use.
Cookies and milk.
Yeah, cookies and milk. Speaking of cookies,
could you have a couple of rats? Could you have a couple of rats to feed Sean Snake?
We don't have milk to go with the cookies.
I prefer to call it a Dirty Santa match, but that I'm not naming it, so it just sounds better.
But we will have the gifts
Maybe
around the
Dirty
ring.
Carnage
We'll have
match.
Christmas bags and Christmas boxes that will have items in it that they will be able to use as a weapon or whatnot. They might open. Like they may open up and have cookies and milk in it. You may want to take a snack and take a.
They'll probably just
stop for a minute, take a snack.
That would be fun.
Snack break. So that match is still on the card. The one that was on the card that will no longer be on the card. The Sharp Dressed Men, we're going to take on Drew Weatherby and LBK for the tag team titles, with Rico as a special guest referee.
Good. Rico's out of this. He won't be able to
actually
do and whatnot.
Sharp Dressed Man James will still be in action.
Yes.
And I'm thinking about putting him up against LBK and still having Rico as special guest referee.
Oh, we're not going to do a tag. Okay.
Drew Weatherby will be out of town that weekend, so he won't be there.
Oh, by the way, LBK is back. He's been out about 8 or 9 weeks with his leg messed up.
But now we could
MCL.
find partners for each of these teams and do a tag team. We're gonna look. We got a few weeks to look out to that now.
Well, I'm good with that match. I was just thinking. That,
but we do apologize. We wanted to have a show the last 2 months. It hurts us when we don't have a show.
Please, folks, show back up. And Friday night at PWA, just kept having to apologize and saying, no, I'm sorry, we don't. And everybody's planning on coming. And one guy found out he didn't come to PWA because he's coming Saturday night to our show. Don't you do that. Go to both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Don't hang out unless it is a financial thing or whatever. And that particular person, if it's a financial thing, find me. Not everybody else, but that particular person. But anyway, don't do them as many as you can. I just love the independent circuit, the local wrestling. There's no bad seats in the house, and you just got so much more freedom. You can actually yell things, and they can hear you. Everybody can hear you if you're in.
I don't think Psychomedic will be there in December. I'm not sure.
We've been waiting on his return. Is he returning?
I think I retired him.
I think you did.
Now I've dropped his suspension. So he's free to come back.
How nice of you. Well, it's probably helping him just to rest up. He is over 30. So, but anyway, please go to independent wrestling. I just think you'll love it. It's a chance you can talk to wrestlers. They set up at the tables and come out during them, between matches, intermissions.
Okay.
Before.
Douglas Campbell says we should have a hidden ref match. And he said this before, a hidden ref match where the ref is hidden from you can't see the ref.
How does he call it?
I don't know, but we already have that. We got referees that can't see nothing. It might as well be hidden.
We just put old Bruce Webb back up in there.
He's telling us the Grey Cup score, the CFL, Canadian Football League score. Winnipeg 10, Toronto 9 in the third quarter.
Is that real football? Or
that's
is that
Canadian
fake,
football.
Fake
the end zone's like 20 yards in the Canadian Football League.
Well, that's the football's bigger, and as long as it's a football, not a soccer ball.
I think it's a regular size football.
That's different somehow.
They play in Canada. that's about the only thing different.
They don't make millions of dollars. So
that's where Vince Young went to finish his career.
He did.
Yeah, he played one of those teams.
Didn't realize
maybe
that.
Calgary or somewhere like that.
Well, where were we?
But anyway, we're still
drifted
going.
off.
We're still going to have the battle royal.
If
You hand me that briefcase over there, Rusty. We will still have the RWF
Renegade Wrestling.
Renegade Wrestling Rampage Battle Royal.
Is it like Money in the Bank
Rampage
type match?
Rampage Royal, and the winner gets a Money in the Bank style. Where
And
they
that,
can trade
what
that
does
in
that
for-
get them?
They can trade it in for anything that you can get use 4 or 5 tickets for at the bowling alley. no, that's what that's
So they
something. You know how you can trade tickets in for prizes.
So you
That's
get
what
a
you can
paddle
trade
ball or
this- yeah,
something.
Trade
So
this in for a
Get
flute.
a kazoo.
Trade it in for a lock of Luke's hair.
Well, we can just get Malachi to get that for us anytime we want. You just grab a handful.
So they
what
can
do
turn it
really
in
get?
for and use it for a title shot. Any title shot that they want.
Now, just a question.
So, like, if you won the battle royal, you could have a women's title match if you wanted it.
But just a question. Could they, if they didn't necessarily, they weren't really interested in titles like a Malachi, could he pick a match like I want Dewey Barnes and Matt Starr?
Well, no, I think Malachi wants a title. He was trying to that first match he got
Oh,
screwed
okay.
out of was for a number one contendership for
Okay.
Sean Hoodridge.
I just wonder if he could just pick a different match if he wanted it, because to eliminate those guys. And you also said that night, possibly somebody who's already had a match and lost could enter into, or had a match and won, could enter in that battle royal. If
Yeah.
they win, then they could go like from cruiserweight to U.S. champion or to heavyweight if they wanted to. Like Austin Cruz might be a perfect guy if he manages to win against.
Xavier Michaels.
Yeah, thank you. I was wanting to call him all those other names. I'm trying not to do that. Xavier Michaels, if he were to win that, that's going to be a match. We still have that one, don't we?
Yeah.
That is going to be a match. A human wrecking ball. And he did show up at PWA Friday night, and he's good to go. He came
If
in
you really
and
look
helped
at
Matt
it-
Starr out.
Every match here that we have scheduled is a main event type match.
Oh, yeah.
There's no weak matches, and that we'll keep all those matches except for that tag match because Sharp Dress Man Lawrence will be retired by the time we have our show, unless you can talk him into coming back for one more show.
I'm working on it.
Did you talk to him this past week, or did you?
No,
see him?
he's done his last show at PWA as well. My understanding, that's what he's doing. He's going and closing out all the places he's been running series, and we'll end up in Ashland City on the 21st. I just wished that he could come and anyway, I've come to really like him as a wrestler, like him as a friend, and I'm going to miss you. He's one of despite what all you fans, don't listen to Rico, what you fans may think, Sharp Dress Man Lawrence, he's a good guy. He's a good man to have in wrestling because 35 years of experience. He can do it all, old school, new school, won an award for that, actually. And he can guide the younger guys. He can draw the older guys back in. He's just a good person to have in a locker room. And we're going to miss that. A lot of places are going to miss that. But thank you, Tim Miner, for keeping SDM James with us. I appreciate that. So,
I was in there this past Friday night
Hi,
at
Larry.
PWA. Of course, PWA has another show coming up this Friday night, but I'll let you talk about this past week's show and what's coming up because I was not there.
well, let me get my notes.
I was busy installing TV boxes and getting home to watch the Mike Tyson fight, which was a dud.
Well,
As far as Netflix had a terrible stream, had so much buffering.
That was the big fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, the fight was trying to be able to watch it, and then the match itself didn't even compare to the match that was before it.
Well, my understanding, I didn't get to see it, but heard a lot about it and saw some clips.
Now
but
the UFC fight match was pretty good last night. Jones won.
good deal. The president was, or
President
president-elect was there.
Was there, and then of course when Jones won, he did the
Fight.
No, he did
that
President Trump dance.
Trump dance.
Well, today somebody on the football and was it the Titans? Titans scored a touchdown,
It
and they
was
started.
Nick
They started doing
Westbrook-Afina.
they started doing the
Yeah,
Trump dance. Then the penalty. There was a penalty on it. They didn't get the touchdown.
No, that well then that was
that touchdown was called
Ridley.
back.
That was Ridley. Levis threw with catch and run a 98-yard pass to who should be the number 1 wide receiver, but he's the number 5 or 6, Nick Westbrook-Afina. He's the one who scores all the touchdowns, Akina. Anyway, and he caught that. It was beautiful, beautiful pass. Just dropped it like when he just dropped it right down into his hands, and he took off running for another 50 yards. Pretty Things did nearly the same thing with Calvin Ridley, but he got called back because somebody was offsides, illegal lineup or something. I just aggravates the life out of it. But anyway, I'm going to give Levis a little plus. I'm still not ready for the Titans to quit looking for a quarterback, but he's coming along. I appreciate that. You want to hear about PWA a little bit? To me, I had a dream match. It seemed like every time Landon Bradley wrestles somebody, he's outweighed by 50 to 100 pounds. And oftentimes 10 or more years in experience. It's because he's a young wrestler. It's a lot of what they face. And then there's another young guy that's come in and out of PWA wrestling and other wrestling shows around. He hadn't been in RWF yet, is Andy Optimal. He, once again, a instant energy, can do all this high flying stuff and just really as tough as nails. And the same thing's happened to him. He comes in, he's got to wrestle like, let's see who he did wrestle. Got that written down here. They put him against a guy that's just big and tough and outweighs him, which he did a wonderful job with that, but it's just like, anyway, I'm sorry, I'm not going to get that. Well, it's like they had him wrestle Toby Farley. Well, he's a madman. Anyway, so Landon and Andy wrestled each other. I requested that, actually. I went back as soon as that was over and found Matt and the other powers to be and said, we need to see Landon and Andy go for it because they're going to be able to do it. And they did. It was nothing. There was a lot more punching and kicking and eye gouging and stuff than I expected, but I'll post that match this week on Rusty's Facebook page. Now you'll see it was going to be on tonight, but the photography was not up to par for TMTV, so you won't get to see it on there. But anyway, it's the match. You still get to see all the action. What is that sort of tilt-a-whirl that Landon put on? Anyway, he's going all around, and it's just, you know how he creates stuff. And this is the good thing, not kayfabe moment. These guys can work each other. They're close to the same size, close to the same age, and you're not having to. He's not having to do either one of all these things with a 250-pound man. They're doing it with somebody that's 150 to 170-pound man, which is a whole lot different. So I just really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the energy. Of course, it's hard to make everybody cheers for Landon, and I don't know why they don't cheer for Andy. He's a good guy too. Well, I do, because he kicked Landon in the head the first thing, so that's probably why. But anyway, it was a great match, and so be sure and catch that. I'm not sure, but I think there's going to be a rematch this coming Friday at PWA on that. But there's not. They're going to do a drawing of all the wrestlers. They put their name in a hat. Whoever you pull out, that's who you wrestle. So it could be anybody. Could be, your ongoing feuds. Or
What if you pull out the size of the hat?
That's sort of what
I'm going against number 14.
What if you pull out Lucky P? Of course,
let's throw Luke's name in there.
And then
maybe get Malachi to draw that in. Was Malachi at the show?
He was not. He'd have been on with me probably if he was, but no, he was not. Anyway, they're going to do that, except for one match is already set. Honcho Hensley. For some reason, the new GM, Pat Dooley, he doesn't like Honcho.
Yours truly, Pat Dooley.
Yes, he doesn't like Honcho. He's always threatening him, and Kane D, the announcer, gets right in the middle of that too. He's always, you can't do the pile driver now. You might put him in there with Larry Cooter, and let's see, and just make pile drives legal. Just let him pile drive each other all the way through the batter, or put him in there with Toby Farley and say, tell one of them they can't do a pile driver. And that's exactly what happened. They told him he couldn't, so he did. Well, he didn't this time. He did even worse things to who did he wrestle? Buck. No, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry. He wrestled, the Dreamweaver, Wayne Moxley. I'm liking the Dreamweaver. We first saw him at a PWA show, or at least I remember he was with Bruiser Bob. He was his tag partner. Now, he reminds me of Jason Xavier, about the same size, same build, similar wrestling styles. Probably about the same age. He's just real good, well-rounded wrestler. Big enough to threaten the big guys, and yet small enough to still where he can really move around a bit. But he went after Honcho Hensley. As a matter of fact, that was a rematch as well. And I'm impressed with Dreamweaver. Go to his Facebook page and watch some of his effects that he does in his promos and interviews and stuff. It is just really cool how he does it. It's sort of a dream effect. I just really enjoyed that. But anyway, so then of course Matt Starr versus the LBK. This was a hard one for me. I like both the guys. Of course, and the hometown hero, it's hard to get anybody to not cheer for Matt Starr no matter what side of the ring he's on. But anyway, they go at it. It was a great match, except the only thing, it was hard for me too, because Matt kept working on LBK's bad leg. Anyway, I think we're going to change that from Lightning Bolt Kid to LBS, Lightning Bolt Senior. Yeah, that's an outside joke now. Then we've already talked about Farley and Cooter. You could not have asked for anything better than that. Oh, our old friend Adam Maddox. He's wrestling Rogue Rabbit. Once again, Rogue Rabbit's somebody to watch too. You can find him once again on Facebook, and we'll post some of his matches. But he was, let's see, as Adam Maddox was walking to the ring, 2 weeks ago, Matt Starr, he was going to wrestle Matt Starr, and then he just knocked him out right at the beginning of the match. And then some guy, I don't even know who he was, came out and wrestled Matt. But anyway, this week, as Adam's coming out to the ring, Matt Starr comes up from behind and just waylays him, knocks him down, picks him up, and slams him on the ring apron, rolls him in the ring. And now he's got to wrestle Rogue Rabbit, and Rogue Rabbit just took advantage of that. But it was ended up being a good match, and Adam pulled off the win. He's hadn't been able to be in the ring for injuries for a couple of years or longer.
Betty Bellamy is watching. Good.
Hi, Betty.
Haven't seen you in a while. Miss you going to Lafayette wrestling.
I hope you can make it. Bring your clan up for our December 28th show. It'll be a good one.
Now, I have been in talks with another area of possibly running a show. I'm not going to let that cat out of the bag yet, because
that's the way we
I don't want somebody to jump in before we get there.
And we want to book it too.
Yeah. But, it's something I've got in the works for whenever the building in Gallatin falls through. It's not locally here, so it will be a drive.
It's within the area, though.
Yeah, it's within the area,
but still, it's not too far. A lot of our fans are driving 20, 30, 40 minutes anyway. Sometimes, some of our workers, someone like Coda comes from Pulaski every time. One of our security guys. So anyway, we just as long as we get it going, which I know you will, and it's not. Fans, please come back. We
haven't lost any fans, huh?
Yeah, I know, but 2 months is a long time to be off, and it can really hurt you, particularly when we're only running once a month. It can really hurt. So we need everybody to come and bring your mama and your kids and everybody. Bring your friends from work, and let's really fill this place out.
Woman, it's going to cause problems.
Well,
Shouldn't they leave them at
so
home?
when you need to leave your mama at home,
Well, probably.
well, my new adopted mama, the matriarch of RWF, Julie Steele, is going to be back, so that'll be good.
Yeah.
She's not my mama, more like Mamacita. Anyway, where are we at, Tim Miner?
Oh, we're right here in Gallatin, Tennessee.
Okay, that's good. So
Where are you at?
I don't know. I lost my thoughts there for a moment.
I am worn out.
We probably
Basketball season is starting. This coming Thursday will be our first Thursday night game that I have to do, and then I have basketball tournaments on Saturday. This coming Saturday, and then
those are open to the public.
Yeah, that's Gallatin High School basketball. But then starting Tuesdays and Fridays, I'll be our live stream we're probably going to do on Sunday nights for a while during basketball season.
And I think that's a good night.
We have pretty good turnout.
It does interfere with some
nights.
football, but you're sort of in between games, and you can still get over the afternoon game, and you just pick up like an hour into the evening game.
Yeah,
and most everybody can on demand that, run it back some way. So you'll be able to watch it all if you want, or you hit with my setup. I hit catch up, and they give you all the plays or whatever. I don't want to watch it from the beginning. So anyway, I like this time frame. It's a good time frame for me, and I think for the rest of our fans.
Oh yeah.
So
well, I was just checking out my fantasy football score. I'm winning.
I'm losing big time, and this is probably it for me in fantasy football. The Twinkie Ding Dong Ho Ho Cupcake team, the winning team, the Titans, is now the losing team, the Titans.
Oh, we've said that all.
I don't know. I know you do, but it wasn't true this time. But I have enjoyed playing, and I'm not conceding. I will still try to defeat every team I come up against in fantasy football. I am still number one in pick'ems, and that's about 5 out of 11 weeks where we do the team pick'ems. So I'll take that. Looks like I may fall to Andrew this time. He's second place, and we've been tied back and forth. So because I was what's a nice word to use? Stupid enough. Sorry, Mother, I used the S word to pick the Browns because I believed all that Jameis Winston comeback stuff. I had them picked all the way till last night, right before. It was after 12 o'clock last night. I guess that it was this morning. I changed my pick to the Browns. Had I done that, not done that, I would still be in first place. I still may be. It's not over yet.
Well, Rusty, you got anything further? Anything else? PWA this coming week? You said they're going to draw.
Yeah, they're going to draw matches to see who versus who, and Honcho Hensley will be facing Sean Hoodrich, and you all are familiar with Sean Hoodrich, or you should be. And I would like to thank our sponsors for RWF and show, of course, TMTV, which if you want a good TV service, be sure and contact Tim Miner at a good price. Pay for nearly what the whole year cost, a month or a month and a half of other things would cost you on streaming TV. Also to the Addiction Inc., located in downtown Gallatin on the square, who I've got a real good layout for them in the newsletter I've had ready for 2 months. Maybe you're going to see it in December. I'll probably go ahead and give you 2 newsletters next time, but it's want to do them. But if you would be interested in sponsoring RWF or TMTV, or rather Tim and Rusty's live stream, just contact Tim Miner or Blackthorn. And we have what? You've got 10,000 followers and
Not that many, but
9,000.
no.
That we not this week. We're going to get 1,000 hits off this, up to 1,000, and you've got several thousand followers. So anyway, particularly for those that are interested in wrestling, independent local wrestling, there's a lot of people from all over Middle Tennessee and into Kentucky that follow our show. So it's a way you can. We might even be willing to promote your wrestling show, like you just saw us do PWA, as long as you're not working against us.
Oh yeah.
If you're working against us, you're dead to us. I'm just kidding. We will just treat you like we would want to be treated. But please don't come and run in Gallatin, knowing that we have a show here every month for, including the old RWF for nearly 3 years. That's just unethical. But just don't do that. We're not going to do that to you.
And
if we do, we'll be nice enough to come and say, hey, we'd like to run a show. Would you want to come in? If you don't mind, and if you do, you can be part of it. Let's join and put on a show. So we'd do something like if we were going to do that, but which we have done some of that from time to time, join with other shows.
And if you did sponsor wrestling, our RWF show, we will put a banner on our live stream for you, and stuff like that.
Yeah. And we'll put you
we'll
in
run a commercial. If you got a commercial, we can do a commercial.
And we'll put you in a newsletter. We'll put you in the and mention at our shows and everything. So it's
I don't have the thing right across the bottom of the screen tonight about when our show, but December the 28th, RWF Christmas Carnage will take place at the Gallatin Ascot Army. That's our scheduled show for December. We will have the gag gift match with Matt Starr taking on Sean Hoodrich. We will have Jason Xavier taking on Landon Bradley. Dewey Barnes against Malachi in RWF Street Fight. Xavier Michaels against Austin Cruz, RWF United States title on the line. And we will have the Battle Royal, the Renegade Rampage Battle Royal for the money, the briefcase.
I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, Mike Cobb will be back, won't he?
I thought about doing, making it into a ladder match. And
that could help him get some of those big boys.
And then you could
over the top,
hang
rope.
this from the ceiling, and then you could and you take the Christmas the ladders and decorate them like a Christmas tree, like a tree, and you have a Christmas tree climbing match.
Totally changing the match.
I'm just making stuff up
if
right
you
now.
hang it up there, that's unfair because if Malachi decides to enter, he'll just reach up and grab it.
Now I thought about doing a candy cane on a pole match.
Okay, I know. There's just somehow that just sounds interesting.
We'll have David Matthews in that match.
Is he the candy cane?
Ever gets a prayer, gets the candy cane down, you get to lick
I'm
it.
looking forward to seeing David. Hey,
The candy cane.
Okay. Looking. You said that as I was saying. I'm looking forward to seeing David Matthews again. Seeing David Matthews again. So.
Well, it is time for us to go. It's hardly we've been on for an hour.
PWA also has a Sunday show. They're at their show right now. Starts at 6:00 in Pulaski.
That might be why some of those guys are not watching. Usually they're watching.
Yeah, so they'll catch.
Larry Cooter was watching when we were playing the show earlier.
Oh, good.
So, but anyways, I guess we will see y'all next Saturday, or no, next Sunday, right here on the live stream, and possibly at PWA if you go to PWA show on Friday nights.
That'll be our Thanksgiving show, won't it?
I don't know if I can make it Friday night. I'll have to look.
Sunday before Thanksgiving. That'll be this coming our show.
Oh yeah,
live stream will be our Thanksgiving show. Oh yeah, they're going.
Should we get a turkey?
Going to have a Christmas show the 20th.
Do you think we get?
We've got one sitting over there in the chair.
So
doing all your technical stuff.
Yeah. So you call him a turkey?
No,
I don't think he's paying attention to this.
Jive turkey.
Rusty called you a turkey.
Well, Tim Miner, I can't quit talking. So whenever you get ready, stop me.
Well,
You'll start to stop and I'll start again.
Luke, would you turn into a technical guy? Anyways, folks, it is time for us to go. So until next time, hopefully Rico will be back with us. Maybe Blackthorn next week. But we'll try to get us a guest on here. Maybe Malachi, get him in here to take care of some business. But until next time, this is the voice, Timothy Miner, along with
Rusty the Rep.
saying good night.